Assalamu alaikum students, this is Hira Zahir, your computer teacher, and in our today's video we will learn about all the basic components of computer. So let's begin with this. First we will study about what is inside the computer and we will learn about all the basic things about it. Now let's move on towards the first component, that is desktop. Now first we'll have to understand that what is desktop. And here the desktop is the first screen you see when you turn on the computer, and then comes the three components of desktop. First one is wallpaper, the background picture you see when you turn on the computer. The second one is icons, the small picture for programs, files and folders. Like when you open MS Paint or MS PowerPoint, you see a small icon on your screen on your desktop. That is the picture, or that small picture is called icon. Now come on to the next component of desktop, that is taskbar. Taskbar is the bottom bar that is on your screen or on your desktop, and it shows the program that you have opened on that certain time. So this is all about desktop. Now we will study about the next most important component of computer, that is files and folders. So here, like in files and folder, we have two components. First we'll study about files. Files are the saved documents, drawings or projects in your computer, and folder are the way to organize that files, like a box that hold files and keeps the things organized. So these are the two components about that are most important part of computer: files and folders. Now Now we will move on towards the next component of our computer, that is RAM and ROM. So here the RAM is stands for random access memory, RAM, and here it is a short-term memory. You can also see it in the picture. It is a short-term memory, and it works only when the computer is on. It helps programs run quickly and forget everything when computer turns off. So it is a short-term memory that helps the computer to perform its functioning fastly. Okay, now we will study the second form of memory, that is read-only memory. And it is a permanent memory that helps computer to start up, keeps information even when power is off. Even when you turn off the computer, all the things that you have stored in ROM, they will remain intact and saved. Information cannot be changed easily because it is a read only memory, so the information remains the same. Now we will study about the next important component, that is storage of computer. So here in storage we have two components, hard disk drive and solid state drive. In hard disk drive we'll have some spinning disk that helps to retrieve the information stored in the hard disk drive HDD, and it stores many files. Then it also keeps the data safe even when it is turned off. Now we'll study about the next component, that is SSD solid state drive. So it doesn't have any moving part. It is faster and quieter. It loads games and programs quickly, and it keeps the data safe even when it is off. So they both storage devices helps us to keep our data safe even when we turn off the computer or PC. Now we will study about next important component of our computer system, that is motherboard. So here in motherboard, it is a main part or main component of computer that helps the computer to connect all parts together and to perform the working or functioning or processing very quickly and easily. So this is motherboard, another component of computer. Now we will move on towards the next most important component of computer is CPU and brain. So here in CPU and brain, we will simply call CPU the brain of computer, and CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It is the brain of the computer that tells the computer what to do, and it reads instruction from input devices. Input devices are, there are so many input devices that we'll discuss next, and it makes the decisions and perform calculations. then it sends the result to output devices, helps all parts work together like a team. So this is the main function of CPU, brain of computer. Now we will move on towards the next component of computer, that is hardware and software. So here the hardware and software, the hardware are the things that you can touch like monitor, keyboard, mouse, printer, and then comes the software, the things that you can, the programs that you can run in your desktop computer or PC. So here comes the games, Microsoft Paint and Microsoft Word. So these all are the hardware and software components parts of the computer. Now here we will also discuss the input and output devices. The input devices are those that takes information from the user like keyboard, mouse, scanner, and microphone, and the devices that helps us to get the information back after processing from the computer. Those were the output devices, and those are printer, monitor, speaker, etc. And then we'll move on towards the next most important use of computer in our daily life, that is how we use computer in our real life. So computer in real life, we are using it at schools to learn new things and watch videos, practice typing, play learning games, and then at home we use it to watch cartoons, video calls, and to do homework. And at hospital we use computer to check health, view x-rays, save medical records, and at stores we are using it to print the receipts, to show the prices and to keep the stock record. And at airports we are using it to show flight schedules, print tickets, keep planes safe, and handle baggage. So these all are the uses of computer, and there are many more uses of computer. That's all that we have studied about computer. Now, do you know the first computer were as large as a room with giant humming motors? And one more quick revision facts for you, that CPU stands for Central Processing Unit, and it is the brain of computer. And motherboard is the main board that connect all the parts, important parts of computer together. And then comes to memories, RAM, random access memory, that is a temporary or short term memory, and ROM, read only memory, that is a permanent or long term memory. And then come to storage devices. First one is HDD, that is a slower storage, and SSD, solid state drive, that is a faster storage. So with this we are done with our basic components of computer. Thank you so much for watching.